Hello ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great day today. Today we are reviewing One Punch Man and looking if it lives up to people's expectations.
One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows.
Was it even possible to create a game where the main protagonist can just one-shot, or in this case, one-punch his opponents? Spike Chunsoft actually saw this as well. A game where One Punch Man was the protagonist wasn't really an option, and because of this, they introduced a new character into the One Punch Man universe. Yours. Although this was a good option, it didn't seem to be enough to produce a good game. When we look at the sea of anime, where it's filled with superheroes and other extremely powerful individuals that take each other a little bit too seriously at times, One Punch Man is a lone island of self-mockery. The anime is a constant battle between an eccentric group of supervillains on one side and a hyper-organized group of superheroes on the other. And then you have Saitama, a young man who quickly becomes known as One Punch Man because, well, the name suggests it, he can defeat any opponent with just one punch. And that's not because of some sense of honor, it's mostly because he wants to be done with the fight before the stores close.
Today is bargain day at the supermarket! I really screwed up!
At first glance, One Punch Man looks like your generic cookie-cutter carbon copy of a superhero anime filled with powerhouses and a lot of flexing. However, if we look behind all of that, there's just a lot of self-mockery and criticism on the genre. It is therefore also very ironic that One Punch Man got an anime game. There's 13 and a dozen here. The story of the game is that you're a new hero climbing the corporate ladder in an organization where lion's courage is just as important as bureaucracy. There is a character customization. You can decide what your character looks like and what powers he acquires. However, this is also the only input you have with the game. Well, aside from fighting, of course. In this game, you are nothing more than just a border figure, a cameo appearance, an extra that has to fight non-inspired villains, and occasionally gets to talk with the real stars. To gain ranks in the organization and unlock more powerful abilities, you need to complete side quests for civilians in need. These raise your contribution level and unlocks new story missions. Yes, you heard that right. New story missions that are locked behind your rank, which are locked behind your city contribution level, which is locked behind side quests. It's basically a way to force you to play side quests. So yeah, enjoy that. Now, it might sound like there's a lot of variation in the missions, but it all boils down to fighting a monster or villain that terrorizes the city. It gets pretty old pretty quickly. It's also evident that Chunsoft used their character creator extensively to make these villains, but not in a good way. Most villains look like they've been pulled from a randomizer and, without even questioning it, just threw it into the game. Now, in theory, every villain has his own fighting style, making them unique, but in practice, okay, sure, there's a lot of fighting styles based on the more popular characters of the anime, but with a few parameters in place that allow for minor variations. It won't take you long to notice that you're fighting the same style over and over again. This fighting takes place in an enclosed arena where you and up to 2 other colleague superheroes need to duke it out against up to 3 bad guys. Now, it's a fighting game, like through and through, but one with a slow tempo and, for some reason, a lot of randomness. Sometimes you can counter an attack, and other times the same attack is uncounterable. The spectacular execution of some moves do mask this a little bit. Chunsoft did succeed in translating the visual grandeur of the source material into the game, but it won't take you long to notice that the fighting system just rattles too much to be interesting. The repetitive buildup of side missions just to unlock story missions is also problematic.
Fuck this game! Fuck you! No, I'm done! I'm just so done! I am done! No!
And the story, that is a simple, inferior version of its anime counterpart, makes this game really hard to recommend unless you're a true One Punch Man fan. In conclusion, One Punch Man gets a 5 out of 10 from me. One Punch Man hits and misses. Your character is a silent witness who watches as other superheroes do the important stuff. Some battles, you even have to just survive until Saitama arrives, and then he defeats your opponent with just one dry punch.
Well, what's the situation?
What I'm trying to say is that the game doesn't make you feel like a hero. There is an online mode where you can expect some competitive play, but will the fighting be tight enough to keep the community interested? Doubtful. I mean, we understand where Chunsoft wanted to go with this game, but the execution is just lackluster. There's a lot of visual spectacle and the graphics look really nice, but a boring game to play is just a boring game to play. Thank you so much for watching, and as we're wrapping up, I would love to point you in the direction of our community Discord server. We are growing by the day and we have a lot of awesome people over there. If you're looking to chat about games or find people to play games with, this is the place for you. If you're a content creator yourself, you will also get access to our announcement channel, where you can post when you're going live or when you just released your new YouTube video. It's also a great place to find people to collab with. Link is in the description below. There you will also find a link to my Twitter page, where you can follow us for updates on our YouTube channel, Twitch channel, and the occasional bunny pictures. And on that topic, you will also find a link to my Twitch page, where I stream 5 days a week. Hope to see you all there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll
See you when I see you. And thanks for today.
Aw, Moo Man, you stole my line.
That's awesome.